got so motherfucking design on right now. Bring it down, bring it down, nigga, come out. Got 3 old thoughts on the block.
Welcome back, everybody, for our deep dive, this time into the world of entrepreneurship. And I know that a lot of you out there are very interested in what makes certain entrepreneurs, so successful. We're talking like the Elon Musks and Sara Blakely's and Jeff Bezos's of the world. And I think we all want to kind of go beyond, those surface level definitions of like, entrepreneurship is just starting a business. Like we want to dig into the nitty gritty, like what are the real secrets and strategies that these people use to, propel themselves to the top?
Yeah, it's more than just, hanging up a shingle and opening up a shop.
Yeah.
It really is about a mindset, a way of seeing the world. And even when you factor in luck and timing, which of course play a role, the most successful entrepreneurs, I think, consistently spot these opportunities that others miss, and then crucially, they act on them.
Yeah, and that's what I find so interesting about it, too. It's like they almost have a different lens, right? Like they look at problems and they immediately just see solutions.
Yeah.
It's not just about having an idea. It's about turning that idea into something tangible, something that provides real value to the world.
Exactly. If you think back to like Henry Ford, right? I mean, everybody needed transportation, but he envisioned mass production.
Yeah.
Making cutters affordable for the everyday person. And that was a game changer. That wasn't just, a slightly better horse and buggy.
Right, totally. And speaking of vision, right, we've got entrepreneurs today like Elon Musk who just seem to be constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
Yeah.
He had this unwavering belief in electric vehicles, even when others were skeptical, and he went so far as to fund Tesla's production from his own pocket when funding was scarce. I mean, that's some serious commitment.
Right. I mean, that's what separates, the truly successful from the rest, that resilience. It's not just about having that great idea. It's about weathering those storms, the setbacks, the rejections. Elon Musk, betting on himself. Like that's just a perfect illustration of, resilience in action.
Yeah, it's almost like they have this like internal compass that keeps them on course even when everyone else is kind of doubting them. But, vision and resilience aside, the world is constantly changing, especially in the tech landscape. How do these entrepreneurs manage to stay ahead of the curve?
Adaptability, I think, is the key. Being able to pivot when circumstances demand it. I mean, look at Netflix, right? They started with the DVD rentals, which was a pretty revolutionary concept at the time.
Okay.
But they didn't get stuck there. They saw that the future was streaming, and they completely transformed their business model, and they disrupted themselves before someone else did.
Right. That's such a key point there. Disrupt yourself before someone else does. I feel like that's something that so many aspiring entrepreneurs, maybe overlook. It's easy to get comfortable with a successful model, but the world doesn't stand still.
No, it doesn't. And this whole idea of disruptive innovation, it was really about challenging the status quo, like Tesla's electric vehicles. They didn't just set out to create slightly better gas-powered cars. They completely reimagined what a car could be. And in doing so, they disrupted the entire automotive industry.
Yeah, it's like they're constantly asking, what if? What if cars could be electric? What if we could stream movies instantly? That kind of thinking can be so powerful. But with all this talk about vision and resilience and adaptability, it kind of sounds like entrepreneurship is a solo sport. Is that really the case?
Not at all. No entrepreneur is an island.
Yeah.
Building a strong network and forming those strategic partnerships is absolutely essential for success. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. His early collaborations, were instrumental in Facebook's rapid growth. Having the right people around you, people who share your vision and can offer you support and insights and resources, that's invaluable.
So it's not just about having the great idea, it's about finding the right people to help you bring that idea to life. It's like building that all-star team, right? But even with a great team, there's still hurdles to overcome. I'm thinking specifically about funding.
Oh yeah, funding is a major hurdle for so many entrepreneurs. Securing that capital, especially in those early stages, can be incredibly challenging. Even for companies like Tesla, with this innovative technology, attracting those initial investments was a real uphill battle.
So how do they even approach that? Like, what are their options?
Well, there are a few avenues, they can explore. There's bootstrapping, which is, essentially funding the business yourself. That's really common in those early stages. And then there are angel investors. Individuals who provide capital in exchange for equity in the company. And then, of course, you have venture capital, which involves much larger investments from firms that specialize in, these high growth potential businesses.
So there are options, but each one comes with its own set of challenges and considerations. I imagine it's a really tricky decision to figure out which funding path is the right one. But even with funding secured, isn't entrepreneurship just inherently risky? I mean, there's no guarantee of success, is there?
You're absolutely right. Failure is part of the entrepreneurial journey.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's about learning from those setbacks and using them as fuel to, propel yourself forward. Take Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She faced countless rejections before her product took off. But, her persistence, her ability to learn from those no's is what ultimately led to her success.
It's like they say, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. It's about having that grit and determination to keep going even when things get tough. But it's not just about pushing through, it's also about understanding the competitive landscape, right? How do entrepreneurs differentiate themselves in what is often a very crowded market?
Differentiation is key. Standing out in a crowded market is essential, for survival, let alone success.
Yeah.
Companies like Nike and Adidas, they stay ahead by constantly innovating, engaging with their customers in new and meaningful ways. They're not just selling shoes, they're selling a lifestyle and aspiration.
They're building a brand that really resonates with their audience on a deeper level. Oh. And speaking of pushing boundaries, we can't ignore the impact of technology on entrepreneurship, right? I mean, it's completely reshaping industries.
Absolutely. Disruptive innovation is the name of the game in the digital age. We
Huh.
talked about Tesla disrupting the automotive industry, and then there's Netflix transforming how we consume entertainment. These are just prime examples of how technology can completely upend the status quo.
It seems like the entrepreneurs who thrive are the ones who embrace these changes rather than resisting them. They see technology as an opportunity, not a threat. What are some specific examples of how they're leveraging technology to their advantage?
Well, the rise of artificial intelligence and automation and data analytics is creating these incredible opportunities for businesses to become more efficient, more personalized, more responsive to customer needs. Companies like Shopify are empowering small businesses to scale their operations through technology. Imagine a world where, instead of fearing AI, we use it to streamline processes and deliver these hyper-personalized customer experiences. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It sounds as a whole new frontier is opening up for entrepreneurs. But, we've talked a lot about these external factors, vision, adaptability, funding, competition, technology. What about the internal game? What about
Yeah.
the mindset of a successful entrepreneur?
That's where it gets really fascinating, the psychology of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Mental toughness is paramount.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs face uncertainty and setbacks on, a regular basis.
Yeah.
Being able to bounce back from that adversity to maintain your motivation and focus, it's absolutely critical.
It's like having that internal compass that we were talking about before, that keeps you on course, even when, the storms are raging all around you. But isn't there a risk of burnout with all of that? I mean, it just seems like so much to handle.
Burnout is definitely a real concern. The myth of the entrepreneur working 24/7, it's just not sustainable. It's about working smarter, not necessarily harder.
So finding that balance, right? Between passion and purpose and taking care of yourself.
Exactly. Think about Tim Ferriss and his concept of the 4-hour work week.
Yeah.
It's about prioritizing efficiency and effectiveness over sheer hours worked. Finding that balance is essential both for personal well-being and for long-term entrepreneurial success.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about building a sustainable model, not just for the business, but for yourself as well. So it's a delicate dance, isn't it? Balancing all of these different factors.
It truly is. And ultimately, successful entrepreneurship is about creating something meaningful, something that makes a difference in the world. It's about solving problems, meeting needs, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And it's about doing it in a way that's sustainable for you and for the world around you. When we talk about, shaping the future, one of the fascinating aspects of entrepreneurship to me is how it intertwines with technology. I mean, we live in this era of unprecedented technological advancement, and it's completely revolutionizing the way businesses operate and just, the way we live our lives.
It really is mind-boggling when you think about it. All this stuff with artificial intelligence and automation and data analytics, it seems like every day there's some new breakthrough. It's exciting, but it can also feel a little overwhelming. How do entrepreneurs even begin to navigate this, ever-evolving landscape?
It's all about embracing that change, and seeing technology not as a threat, but as this powerful tool for growth. The entrepreneurs who really thrive in this environment are the ones who are constantly learning, adapting, experimenting with new technologies. They understand that technology isn't just about, gadgets and gizmos. It's about finding these creative solutions to complex problems.
So using it to enhance their businesses, streamline processes, reach new customers, create these new and innovative products and services. What are some specific examples of how entrepreneurs are really leveraging technology in these like impactful ways?
Oh, I mean, we see it happening all around us, right?
Yeah.
Take the rise of e-commerce, for instance.
Yeah.
Platforms like Shopify are empowering small businesses to reach this global audience, breaking down those geographical barriers and just opening up this whole world of possibilities. It's incredible to think that, a small business owner in, some rural town can now sell their products to customers on the other side of the world, all thanks to technology.
Yeah, it's like the world has become this giant marketplace. And it's not just about selling products either. It's about connecting with customers in these new and meaningful ways. I mean, social media has become such an indispensable tool for entrepreneurs to, build relationships, engage with their audience, create this loyal following.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Social media has really democratized marketing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It gives entrepreneurs this direct line to their target audience. It's no longer about, these expensive advertising campaigns. It's about building authentic connections, sharing valuable content, creating a community around your brand.
It's about building that trust and fostering those genuine relationships. And it's not just social media either. Entrepreneurs are using data analytics to gain these insights into their customers' preferences and behaviors and needs. This data-driven approach allows them to personalize their offerings, optimize their marketing efforts, and make more informed business decisions overall.
Moving from, gut feelings to data-backed insights. Like, think about how companies like Amazon use data to, recommend products that you might be interested in, or how Spotify curates these personalized playlists based on your listening history. It's about understanding your customers on this deeper level and providing them with this truly tailored experience.
It's really fascinating to see how technology is kind of blurring these lines between, the physical and digital worlds too. Like we're seeing the rise of augmented reality and virtual reality, which are creating these really immersive experiences for customers. Imagine being able to try on clothes virtually or, take a virtual tour of a hotel room before you book it.
The possibilities are really endless. And it's not just about, the customer experience either. Technology is also transforming the way businesses operate internally.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud computing, project management, software communication tools. These are just a few examples of how technology is streamlining operations, improving collaboration, and boosting productivity.
Yeah, it's like having this virtual office that's accessible from anywhere in the world. It's incredible how technology is breaking down these barriers and creating this more connected and efficient world. But with all these advancements, there's also this question of ethics, right? How do entrepreneurs ensure that they're using technology responsibly and ethically?
That's a crucial question. As entrepreneurs, we have this responsibility to use technology in a way that benefits society, and doesn't perpetuate harm or inequality. We need to be mindful of data privacy and algorithmic bias and, the potential impact of automation on jobs and the workforce.
It's about having that moral compass, and ensuring that our technological innovations are aligned with our values. It's about creating a future where technology empowers us, not exploits us. But beyond the technology itself, let's talk about like the psychology of entrepreneurship. We touched on mental toughness earlier, but what other traits and skills are really essential for success in this fast-paced, ever-changing world?
Well, one of the most important skills, I think, is the ability to learn and adapt quickly.
Yeah.
The world is moving at this unprecedented pace, and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. Entrepreneurs need to be lifelong learners, constantly seeking new knowledge, new skills, new perspectives.
It's about being comfortable with ambiguity, embracing uncertainty, and being willing to, pivot when necessary.
Yeah.
It's about having that growth mindset and seeing challenges as opportunities for learning and development. But beyond like the intellectual side of things, what about the emotional side? Entrepreneurship can be this emotional roller coaster, right? With highs and lows, that can be quite intense. How do successful entrepreneurs navigate those emotional challenges?
Emotional intelligence is critical for entrepreneurial success. It's about being self-aware, managing your emotions, effectively building strong relationships. Entrepreneurs who are really in tune with their emotions and the emotions of others are much better equipped to handle stress, navigate conflict, and inspire their teams.
It's about having that empathy and compassion and, the ability to connect with people on a deeper level. It's about building a supportive network of mentors and advisors and peers, who can offer guidance and encouragement during those challenging times. But with all the demands of, running a business, how do entrepreneurs avoid burnout? How do they maintain that healthy work-life balance?
It's a constant juggling act,
Yeah.
and it's definitely something that every entrepreneur struggles with at some point, I think.
Yeah.
The key is to prioritize self-care, setting those boundaries and delegating tasks effectively. It's about recognizing that you can't do everything yourself and that it's okay to ask for help.
It's about building a sustainable model, for yourself, not just for the business. It's about making time for the things that bring you joy and replenish your energy, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or just, taking some time for yourself to relax and recharge.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where passion and purpose intersects with self-care and well-being. It's about creating a life that's both fulfilling and sustainable in the long run. And, one of the most common misconceptions I think about entrepreneurship is that it's all about taking risks. While risk-taking is certainly part of the equation, it's not about being reckless. Successful entrepreneurs are calculated risk takers. They weigh the potential rewards against the potential consequences and make informed decisions based on, the best available information.
It's about having a clear understanding of your own risk tolerance and not being afraid to, say no to opportunities that don't align with your goals or your values. And
Yeah.
it's about knowing when to pivot, when to cut your losses, and when to move on to something new.
Absolutely. Entrepreneurship is a journey, and it's rarely a linear path.
Yeah.
There will be bumps along the way, but it's about embracing those challenges, learning from your mistakes, and never giving up on your dreams.
It's about having that grit and determination, to keep going even when things get tough. It's about that unwavering belief in yourself and your vision. And it's about remembering that you're not alone on this journey. There are countless resources and communities and mentors out there who are ready and willing to support you along the way.
That's such an important point.
Yeah.
Surrounding yourself with the right people, building that strong network, and seeking guidance from those who have been there before,
Yeah.
Can make all the difference. It's about leveraging the collective wisdom and experience of others,
Mm-hmm.
to help you navigate the challenges and celebrate the successes along your entrepreneurial path.
It's about recognizing that we're all in this together,
Mm.
and it's about paying it forward, sharing your knowledge and experience with others who are just starting out. It's about creating this supportive ecosystem, where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
As we're talking about these essential traits and skills, I'm reminded of this quote by the legendary basketball coach John Wooden. He said, "The main ingredient of stardom is the rest of the team." It's this powerful reminder that success in any field, especially entrepreneurship, is rarely a solo effort. It's about building a strong team, fostering that collaboration, and recognizing that we achieve more when we work together.
It's about valuing the contributions of, every member of the team and creating a culture of respect and support and, shared success. But beyond the team itself, entrepreneurs also need to build those relationships with customers, investors, mentors, advisors. It's about creating this network of individuals who believe in your vision and are willing to support you on your journey. How do successful entrepreneurs go about building those crucial relationships?
I think it all starts with authenticity. People can spot a phony a mile away. Successful entrepreneurs are genuine. They're transparent. They're passionate about what they do. They build relationships based on trust and mutual respect and shared values.
It's about being yourself, being honest about your strengths and weaknesses, being open to feedback and collaboration. It's about building relationships that are mutually beneficial, and that contribute to your overall success.
Yeah.
But, building those relationships takes time and effort. It's not something that happens overnight. How do entrepreneurs prioritize relationship building amidst, the hustle and bustle of running a business?
It's about being intentional and making time for the people who matter most. It's about attending industry events, connecting with people on social media, reaching out to mentors for advice, scheduling regular meetings with, key stakeholders. It's about nurturing those relationships and making them a priority.
It's about recognizing that relationships are the foundation of any successful business. It's about beating that community of supporters who believe in your vision and are willing to go the extra mile to help you succeed.
And, as we're talking about building relationships, it's important to remember that networking isn't just about what you can get from others. It's about what you can give. Successful entrepreneurs are givers, not takers.
Yeah.
They're always willing to help others, share their knowledge and experience and connect people who can benefit from knowing each other.
It's about creating that culture of abundance where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. It's about recognizing that our success is interconnected, and that by helping others succeed, we ultimately contribute to our own success as well. But beyond, building relationships, entrepreneurs also need to be really effective communicators. They need to be able to articulate their vision, persuade investors, inspire their teams, and connect with customers on an emotional level.
Communication is essential.
Mm.
It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Successful entrepreneurs are master storytellers.
Yeah.
You know, they use stories to connect with people on an emotional level, to convey these complex ideas in a simple and engaging way, and to inspire action.
It's about finding the right words to connect with your audience, whether you're pitching to investors or writing a blog post or giving a presentation. It's about being clear, concise, and compelling. And it's about listening attentively and responding thoughtfully.
One of the most effective communication techniques, I think, is the power of asking questions. Questions can spark curiosity, they can challenge assumptions, they can deepen understanding. Successful entrepreneurs are great at asking questions, not just to gather information, but to build rapport, foster collaboration, and encourage critical thinking.
It's about creating a dialogue, this two-way exchange of ideas and perspectives. It's about being open to learning from others and recognizing that you don't have all the answers. And it's about using questions to guide your own thinking and decision-making. But beyond like the technical skills of communication, there's also the emotional intelligence side of things. How do successful entrepreneurs build trust and rapport through their communication style?
It's about being authentic, being vulnerable, being empathetic. It's about showing your human side, sharing your struggles and triumphs, and connecting with people on that deeper level. It's about building relationships based on trust, mutual respect, and genuine connection.
It's about recognizing that people buy from people they like and trust. It's about building a brand that reflects your values and resonates with your target audience. And it's about communicating in a way that's authentic, engaging, and inspiring.
As we're talking about communication, I'm reminded of a quote by Maya Angelou. She said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." It's this powerful reminder that communication is about more than just words. It's about creating an emotional connection, leaving a lasting impression, and inspiring action.
It's about building relationships that go beyond just transactions. It's about creating a community of supporters who believe in your vision and are willing to champion your cause. And it's about using the power of communication to make a positive impact on the world.
We've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive, from navigating this ever-evolving technological landscape to mastering the art of communication. But one of those important takeaways, I think, is that entrepreneurship is this journey of continuous learning and growth. It's about embracing challenges, seeking feedback, and constantly striving to improve your skills and knowledge.
It's about having that growth mindset and recognizing that there's always more to learn. It's about surrounding yourself with people who challenge you and support you and inspire you to be your best self. And it's about never giving up on your dreams, no matter how big or audacious they may seem.
And, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm reminded of a quote by Nelson Mandela. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." It's this powerful reminder that anything is possible if we set our minds to it and are willing to put in the hard work. So, dear listener, what seemingly impossible dream will you dare to pursue? What impact will you make on the world?
Wow, that is an incredible quote to reflect on. It always seems impossible until it's done. It really speaks to the heart of entrepreneurship, doesn't it? That kind of unwavering belief, even when the odds are stacked against you.
It does. And, as we move into this final part of our deep dive, I want to kind of shift our focus to a concept that I think is often overlooked, but absolutely crucial for entrepreneurial success. And that's the idea of building a sustainable business. One that not only thrives financially, but also operates in a way that's ethical, socially responsible, and environmentally conscious.
Yeah, sustainability in business, that's a topic that's gaining so much traction these days, and for good reason. I mean, consumers are becoming more and more aware of, the impact that their choices have on the planet and society, and they're really demanding that businesses, step up and do their part.
Right. And it's not just about, meeting that consumer demand. It's about doing what's right, for the long-term health of our planet and our communities. Sustainable businesses, they're the ones that operate in a way that minimizes their environmental footprint, treats their employees fairly, gives back to their communities, and, just makes a positive impact on the world.
So it's about creating a business that's not just profitable, but also purpose-driven, right? Aligning your business goals with your values and using your platform to, really make a difference. But how do entrepreneurs actually go about building a sustainable business? Where do they even begin?
Well, it starts with, I think, a fundamental shift in mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's about recognizing that sustainability is not just this add-on or some marketing ploy. It's an integral part of your business strategy.
Yeah.
It's about embedding sustainable practices into every aspect of your operations, from sourcing your materials to manufacturing your products to, managing your supply chain.
Yep. So thinking holistically, right, considering the environmental and social impact of every decision that you make, it's about moving beyond that purely profit-driven approach and embracing the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. But let's get specific. What are some tangible steps that entrepreneurs can take to make their businesses more sustainable?
Oh, there's so many ways to incorporate sustainability into your business practices. For starters, you can look at your supply chain. Where your materials coming from? Are they sourced ethically and sustainably? Are your suppliers treating their workers fairly and paying them a living wage?
Yeah, those are really important things to consider. It's about making sure that your business isn't contributing to, exploitation or environmental degradation in other parts of the world. It's
Yeah.
about using your purchasing power to support businesses that are, aligned with your values.
Exactly. And then you can look at your own operations. You know, are you minimizing your energy consumption? Are you reducing your waste and finding ways to, recycle or repurpose materials? Are you creating products that are durable and long-lasting? You're reducing the need for, constant replacements.
So, finding ways to be more efficient and environmentally friendly in every aspect of the business, right? It's about reducing your impact on the planet while also, potentially saving money in the long run. And it's not just about the environment either. It's about treating your employees fairly and creating a positive work environment.
Oh, absolutely. Your employees are your most valuable asset, and creating a workplace culture that values their well-being, that fosters diversity and inclusion, and provides opportunities for growth and development that's essential for both their happiness and, the success of your business.
It's about creating a company that people are proud to work for, that attracts and retains top talent, and recognizing that happy and fulfilled employees are more productive and more engaged.
Right. And, beyond your kind of internal operations, sustainable businesses also look for ways to give back to their communities. They support local charities, they sponsor community events, they volunteer their time and resources to, just make a positive impact.
It's about recognizing that businesses have a responsibility to be good neighbors, and to contribute to the well-being of their communities. It's about building those relationships and making a difference that goes beyond, just the bottom line. But with all these considerations, some entrepreneurs might be a little hesitant. They might worry that sustainability is going to add these extra costs and complexities to their business. What would you say to those concerns?
Well, it's true that, some sustainable practices might require some upfront investments. It's important to remember that sustainability is not just about costs. It's about creating long-term value. Sustainable businesses are often more efficient, they're more innovative, they're more resilient, and all of those things can actually lead to cost savings, increased profits, and, just a stronger brand reputation overall.
Yeah, it's about seeing sustainability not as an expense, but as an investment, in the future of your business and the future of the world. And, consumers are becoming increasingly willing to pay a premium for products and services that align with their values. So there's a real market opportunity there for sustainable businesses.
Absolutely. Sustainability is not just a trend. It's this fundamental shift in the way businesses operate and the way consumers make choices. And the entrepreneurs who embrace this shift are going to be the ones who thrive in the long run.
It's about creating businesses that are not only profitable, but also purpose-driven, ethical, and sustainable. It's about building a better world, one business at a time. And, as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, I'm really struck by, the interconnectedness of all these concepts that we've discussed, vision, resilience, adaptability, technology, communication, and now sustainability.
It's all part of the same tapestry, isn't it? Entrepreneurship in the 21st century, it's about more than just, making money. It's about using your skills and your creativity and your passion to, make a positive impact on the world. It's about building businesses that are not only successful, but sustainable, ethical, and purpose-driven.
It's about recognizing that we're all connected and that our choices, have an impact on each other and on the planet. It's about building a future where businesses are a force for good, where success is measured not just by, financial wealth, but also by the positive impact we make on the world.
And, dear listener, as we leave you with this final thought, we encourage you to kind of reflect on your own entrepreneurial journey. What kind of business do you want to build? What impact do you want to make? What legacy do you want to leave behind?
The power to shape the future is in your hands. Dream big, take action, and make a difference. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of entrepreneurship. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring, and we'll see you next time.